Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR My Career mode here on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day as the 2003 season winds down. Just 5 races remain. Jimmie Johnson picked up the win last episode at Charlotte Motor Speedway as the championship fight continues to get tighter between the top 5 drivers in the standings. We have breaking news this weekend as well. I mean, we had, at different points throughout the season, some drama at Richard Childress Racing between Kevin Harvick, Jeff Green, and Richard Childress himself, with Jeff Green accusing RCR of giving Kevin Harvick better equipment. And of course, RCR was not very happy with those comments and coming out and saying that is not the case. Well, obviously, they announced mid-season that they were going to drop Jeff Green as the relationship had continued to deteriorate between him and the team. Well, Jeff Green has now signed on with Haas to drive the number 0 next season, replacing current rookie of Jack Sprague. So we now know a landing place for Jeff Green for next season, who as well, as frustrating as of a season it might have been for him, he does have one win on the season, of course, and that was quite early in the season when he won at California Speedway. Now, as we come through here into the second time this season at Martinsville Speedway, a track that I adore so much, and hopeful that we can just have a strong day. And at Martinsville, to have a strong day, you need to have a good qualifying effort, because if you don't, you're going to find yourself on the verge of going a lap down pretty quick here at the paperclip now as we kick things off in this number 21. Just 5 races left with this team before we move on to the brand new team of Red Bull coming into the sport next season in 2004. As we roll through turn 3 and off turn 4, down the front straight away with a goal of a 20.292, slightly off of the 311 there, 21st, so right around the middle of the field here for Martinsville. Not too disappointed by that, to be honest, and we'll take a look at 2 ounces up towards the front there on pole position. It's going to be Matt Kenseth. That is a statement right there from Matt Kenseth, who looks to get one step closer to his first NASCAR Winston Cup Series championship. That's his 15th career pole position here in the timeline of this NASCAR My Career. You see the rest of your qualifying order right there, and all the way at the bottom of the grid there, it's Nadu Sprague and John Andretti as well, as we can now focus in on Sunday afternoon and the championship threats right here of Kenseth and Tony Stewart running up at the front of the field here. Jimmie Johnson qualified a little further down the order, so that's going to be a little bit concerning for him. Kevin Harvick is right up there in the conversation as well. Ryan Newman also actually on the same row, I believe, right there of Jimmie Johnson. So some work to do for the 12 and the 48, but Harvick, he's right up there in the conversation. Don't rule out that number 29 as well, as Matt Kenseth is ready to lead the field to Greendale. Jarrett crashed during qualifying in a backup car starting at the back of the field now, as we will be lining up behind the Roush number 6 Viagra Ford Taurus of Mark Martin. Here we go. It's going to be green flag, and we are racing from Martinsville now. Short track racing late in the season as Matt Kenseth leads the field down into turn number 1 over Tony Stewart, and then Kenseth's teammate of Kurt Busch there just behind, with Harvick lined up in P5, 3 wide already with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Green. Jeff Gordon up there was 3 wide as well. Gordon, has had such a season here, 1 win on the season for JG, and now we're passing him on the exit of turn 4 just about now, but recently has had a bit more rough luck again, but looking to turn things around at a track where he's had a lot of success at so far in his NASCAR career, but looking like that 24 doesn't quite have the speed they need based off qualifying at least. Now we'll wait and see how it goes throughout the course of this race as we're up to 19th place here as we come to the conclusion of lap 2. Jamie McMurray there just in front of us as we're trying to continue to hold him off in the Rookie of the Year battle, and it's a close Rookie of the Year battle here between himself and I, and gonna get a little bit physical against the Chip Ganassi driver on the run into turn number 3, and now McMurray gonna clear us. Of course, McMurray 1 win to his NASCAR career, of course, and that came in 2002 last season, winning, of course, while filling in for Sterling Marlin. Now, as here comes now Dale Jr. to my inside. Now, lap 5, kind of starting to get a reality check of the actual pace of this car now as Dale Jr. goes by, but that was far from the end of it, because as we come to lap 7, a little bit just kind of checked up off turn 4, and that opens the door for the 31 of Robbie Gordon. to now get to my inside. And looking behind us, I could see Greg Biffle coming up, and I could see as well the 25 of Joe Nemechek slowly rolling up as well to the back of myself here into turn 3 now. Goes the Roush driver of Greg Biffle now, and a very up and down season again for him. Roush, I think, really one of their biggest focuses for 2004 for that Roush team is really to just get some consistency all across the board, because, you know, outside of Matt Kenseth, their cars have been all over the place. I mean, the 16, the 97, as well as the 99, and I mean, everybody on that team. The 6 as well, Mark Martin, has just been all over the place for that team. Matt Kenseth's really the only one that's been consistently up front all season long, and of course that's turned into him now fighting for his first NASCAR Winston Cup Series championship. And now here we are fighting with the 23 of Kenny Wallace, who was able to get by me now, and it was a very short-lived battle because he would be able to stay in front of me here. And now I've got Michael Waltrip come lap 20 to the inside, looking for an overtake as well, and we'll drop down here to the 24th position, as hopefully this kind of stops the bleeding. But Matt Kenseth is nearly on the same straightaway as me already, coming to lap 21 of this race here, which is a little bit concerning, and he's already starting to work his way up to some lap traffic as well. Matt Kenseth is setting a really fast pace here early in the race, but again, it's early. We have over 100 laps to go. We know a lot can and probably still will happen. Now, last episode in Charlotte, we had a pretty calm race, actually, and you have to wonder if that's a trend that might continue here, as I'm about to go against that trend as we get a little bit of physicality going here on the 31 of Robbie Gordon now, is, of course, one win on the season for Gordon, as we'll pass him here into turn number 1. So there's one spot back up to P23. One thing I want to note, we do have one driver out of the race already. That's the 30. Jeff Green is actually in the pits. He had some engine issues. He had to come in, and it's already day over come lap 31 at this point. You'll see him on the left side right there. There he is in the RCR number 30, as we're starting to make some headway back forward, passing Rusty Wallace alongside Biffle. Look at this, the 43 of John Andretti. We are lapping this guy. And look at the track map. Matt Kenseth is here. Matt Kenseth has run us down, and now we are trying to put as many cars between us that we can to make sure that we can try and stay on the lead lap here, coming to 94 laps to go in this race, but we're already on the verge of going a lap down. We are now P21, exactly where we qualified this Motorcraft number 21, as we're just behind Michael Waltrip as well as Elliott Sadler here as we continue down into turn number 3, lap 35 at this point, and just hoping that a caution's coming, because I'm starting to feel like we might not get this yellow before this number 17 laps us, but we were doing a good job of just quite simply keeping cars in between myself and Kenseth, and he was kind of getting caught up a little bit in the traffic, as you can see him just briefly there in the background. And look at this, just log jam in front of us. So there's some slower lap traffic up in front of the group of lead lap cars here that's really backing things up, and now we're just trying to choose the right line to be in. Do you want to be on the left side? Do you want to be on the right? Well, I've chosen the inside here, and we're going to get alongside Johnny Benson, and if I can be in front of him, we will be in P20, but big stack up there on the bottom. And now we've got cars pitting, actually, cars coming in. We've got 16 laps of fuel still, so I'm very surprised to see cars coming in. Mark Martin's one of them. There's Steve Park right there on the number 1, so very interesting, and unfortunately that's going to allow Matt Kenseth to get to me now. As lap 41, we got more pitting. We got Benson coming in, Junior, Earnhardt Jr., that is. I believe I just saw Jeremy Mayfield peel off as well, and now Matt Kenseth is to my inside, unfortunately, and we do officially go a lap down. However, there's going to be a bit of a strategy that we're going to try and play right here, because everybody is pitting so early. We're going to stay out and run this a little bit long. Kenseth's going to come in from the lead. Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, McMurray, Wallace as well. I saw Sprague and Bobby Labonte all coming in right there. So we're going to stretch this out because we've still got 14 laps of fuel, and I made a decision right here. We're going to run this out to about lap 49. So we're going to pit at the end of 49, coming to 50, stretch it out a little bit, get fresh tires, and then hopefully we can maybe kind of, carve our way back through the field a little bit easier with the fresher tires that we'll have over the other drivers on the track. Or what if we get a caution? That'll change everything. So as we are now, kind of slower than everybody, everyone's now come into the pits, and we're just trying to stay out of the way. I mean, staying out of the way is going to be faster for myself at the end of the day, so it really does not hurt you to just move up a lane and let those faster cars go by on the inside. And as we continue to approach lap 49. I mean, we're going to be pitting right here at the end of this next lap. Matt Kenseth still in P2. He will be returning to the lead of this race, and I mean, once we return to the track, we'll be a lap down again, unfortunately, but we were just banking on maybe a caution coming out. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, so we'll come into the pits here now at the end of lap 49. We still could run another 5 or 6 laps if we wanted. Now as we actually speed... Oh no, I just sped into the pit lane as we're going to come get tires of caution. Caution's out while we're in the pits, and oh my goodness, that changes everything. 13th on down is a lap down, and this just saved our race because we're going to be the leader at the time of the yellow. Oh my goodness, and we don't even have to worry about a speeding penalty now. And what just happened? Top of your screen, Dave Blaney in the number 77 goes around. Oh my, I cannot believe that. We're going to be leading this race with fresh tires. I don't know how much fresh tires are really going to help us against these fast cars, but wow. 13 cars were on the lead lap as we go back green. Jamie McMurray was awarded the free pass here now as we lead the way into turn number 1, and what a turn of events of, you know, struggling to run top 20 to leading this race just simply by running a little bit longer and getting a caution at the perfect time. The caution could not have come out at a better time. That was literally perfect. So, I mean, it saves our race as we get a little bit defensive here into turn number 1 with 72 laps to go. And just like Charlotte, I mean, we have a really lengthy green flag run to kind of kick things off, and then we eventually do get that caution to kind of get that reset here nearly right in the middle of the race again. We nearly ran half the race in Charlotte, it felt like, under green, and then we do the same thing here in Martinsville, but to the lead goes Kevin Harvick. Here comes Tony Stewart. Matt Kenseth is trapped on the outside. That's a big problem for him because if you're trapped on the top, you're going to go backwards, and that's exactly what's happening for this number 17 Roush driver. As Matt Kenseth knows, he's just allowed a championship threat of Kevin Harvick to the lead, and then Tony Stewart as well to the inside and through, and now I'm going to be trapped on the top as Tony Stewart gets through. Your defending Cup champion is now through into P2 as here comes Bill Elliott. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, just 5 races left in his full-time NASCAR Winston Cup Series career. Now we know, of course, he will still continue to make part-time starts. He's already committed to that for 2004 and beyond. Most importantly, he said he plans to make part-time starts for years to come, not just maybe spend 1 or 2 years doing a few starts here and there. No, he wants to do part-time starts, he says, for at least another 4 or 5 years. So we'll see how that kind of plays out now. Of course, a lot of things can change now as we continue to unfortunately draw back being on this outside line. I knew that I was slower than a lot of these guys, and I was just trying to not be too in the way. And Matt Kenseth, though, is going to be the one that's frustrated because he is continuing to be stuck on the outside behind me and drop just as far back as I am now, and we are approaching halfway in this race, and what he did was dominate the first 50 laps or so, is now not even barely inside the top 10. So Kevin Harvick is now the one that's basically doing what Matt Kenseth did on the opening run, and that's getting the lead and running away from everybody now. And Matt Kenseth knows that he's going to need some help here if he's going to want to be able to get back up in the conversation, and he's going to need that help pretty quick because he's, you know, if he got down to the inside and started making some ground forward, he's already not going to have enough time to go run down that 29 without a caution here now, as we are officially about halfway now through this race here from Martinsville, as Dale Earnhardt Jr. now goes to the inside. We would eventually drop to 11th as Jimmy Johnson goes by. That's not for position. Ryan Newman also passed us. That was not for position. They are currently part of the majority of this field that is currently trapped a lap down because of the caution timing, and me, of course, staying out and putting cars laps down now, as Matt Kenseth eventually does get through on lap 65, and now through into P11 he goes. We drop down to P12. So this is the opportunity now for Matt Kenseth to, of course, kind of go back forward and kind of make a race out of this for him in the 17 team. Kevin Harvick is now in 2-lap traffic already, so Matt Kenseth, however, he was really going nowhere. He had actually went up to the outside of Dale Earnhardt Jr., and when he did this, he would kind of just get stuck, and he was making 0 progress right now in this DeWalt number 17, and he was literally just riding right here for a large chunk of laps and just making no gains whatsoever, and the pressure continues to mount on this 17 because P10 at this point in the season, with how tight the points are between him and And, you know, Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, this is just not going to cut it right now, as we are already getting closer to lap 100. Once we get to 100, only 25 laps remain, of course, in the closing moments, as Tony Stewart has gone to the lead of this race. Even more pressure for Matt Kenseth now, as Stewart, first time all day, he's been out front and looking to maybe get to victory lane for another time this season. Now, as Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues racing on the inside of the 17, we are now about to get into a group of lap traffic as well. Some of the super slow cars this weekend, like the 43, the 41, a few others as well, as Kevin Harvick now has actually gotten back in front of the number 20. So Harvick returns to the lead here from Martinsville now as we approach lap 79. Just a little over 40 more laps remaining here from Martinsville, as it's almost painful watching the 17 race like that, but he would eventually finally get down to the inside and actually pass Dale Earnhardt Jr. As we're working our way through traffic, but then he would do that again. He would get himself trapped on the top. And now he's going to get passed again by the 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Someone's got smoke pouring out of the back of their car in the pits. That's a 32 of Ricky Craven. Look at the stack up here. We saw very similar scenes earlier up in front of us where it's like 2 by 2 by 2, several rows deep, and everyone's just kind of stacked up on top of each other. We're seeing that again here now, as I believe it's the 54 of Todd Bodine that's kind of backing up people on that outside line, as Kenseth now really seems to be turning it up now. He's going to pass Dale Earnhardt Jr. Goes past the 19 of Jeremy Mayfield as well, and that is for position. So Jr. back into the top 8 or 9 positions or so, as he's trying desperately to go back forward. Coming up on the final 40 laps of this race now, as we'll get to the inside here of the number 19 Dodge of Jeremy Mayfield. He'd re-clear me, but then we'd lunge back up the inside here into turn 3 and even get alongside Ryan Newman, but that was very short-lived because he just gets to run down the straightaway. He'd re-clear me and he would actually take off and start driving through some more cars now, as we continue on now to the back here of Kyle Petty to the inside now into turn 1, running P11. Jeff Burton up there for P10, and the number 99 caution is out. Oh boy, okay, this is going to be a tire down on the number 01 of Jerry Nadeau, and this eliminates any pit stops for the rest of this race. Everybody can make it from here. So we'll come in, and Jeff Gordon gets the free pass. Jamie McMurray now promoted up to running where we were. So as the pit stops complete, Kevin Harvick leads over Tony Stewart, Sterling Marlin, Bobby Labonte, your top 4. Green flags back out. Let's go again here now. Could this be the final restart? We're 3 wide into turn number 1 with Jeff Burton here through the center of the corner, clear of him, and as well Mayfield, McMurray in the back, 3 wide as well. The 2 rookies getting after it here in Martinsville on late race restarts. Now just over 30 laps to go. Sounds like a lot of time. It is if it's a mile and a half or a road course or a super speedway. This is a short track. Martinsville takes you just barely over 20 seconds to get around. 30 laps is not a lot of time, as Matt Kenseth to the inside of Terry Labonte's number 5. Your Talladega winner just a few races ago. Well, here we are getting passed now by the number 12 of Ryan Newman on the outside, but look at Matt Kenseth. He's now past the 20 of Tony Stewart. Kenseth is starting to go forward, but Kevin Harvick is already driving away from the rest of the field, but Matt Kenseth is starting to make up some serious ground late in this race. The question is, can he get to P2? I bet he can get to P2, and I think he will. It's just a matter of can he get to Kevin Harvick or not now, as unfortunately earlier in this run, I mean, we're just continuing to kind of struggle, and we're giving up track position. We're not losing any leaderboard positions here because it's all lap cars that are passing us, so we still maintain a top 10 spot. And I was really just focused at this point on finishing top 10, and that means holding off the cars behind of Jeremy Mayfield, Jamie McMurray, as well as the 99 of Jeff Burton. Those are the 3 we have to watch out for. Jeff Gordon is irrelevant. He had the free pass. He had to start at the very back of the field, and without a caution, he will not be a threat here now with 20 laps to go in this race. So up front, Kevin Harvick has continued to drive away, but I can confirm Matt Kenseth is continuing to go forward late in these laps, and Kevin Harvick eventually here with 15 to go now had to work his way through quite a bit of lap traffic, and Matt Kenseth has actually driven up into P2. by this point here with 15 laps to go, and was allowed, or not allowed, but was able to close in a lot on Kevin Harvick in the closing laps of this race. But the question is, does Kenseth have enough to get there with 14 laps to go? I just don't think he will without a caution. I think one more yellow would really spice up the ending between Harvick and Kenseth, and even Tony Stewart as well. As we're coming up though on 10 laps to go, and this has been a very, very calm race in terms of Martinsville short track standards. Now as we got another car in the pits, there was smoke pouring out of the engine. That was the 49 of Ken Schrader. No caution though, we do stay green now as we are continuing to pass. I mean, how many times have we lapped this 43 and we're running 10th right now? I mean, we were lapping him when we were running 20th, just to kind of emphasize how bad that car is here this weekend. You should not be getting lapped by 20th place, honestly, at any point. So less than 10 to go here, though, from Martinsville, and we are already, pretty well half a lap down to Kevin Harvick now, as we have again got this big group of traffic here coming up on the final 5 laps of racing. Behind us, McMurray's only 6/10 back. Burton another 9/10 back. Now they're right behind the 2 of Rusty Wallace. So Wallace is a lap down. If they can get in front of him, then it's going to be game on. So I am trying to put, again, more cars in between myself and the 99 of McMurray, or sorry, the 99 of Burton and the 42 of McMurray. And we're going to do that here with the 0-1 of Jerry Nadeau, who brought out that last caution, as it will now pass him. So now we got 2 cars in between us and the lap traffic, but Nadeau staying high is going to bring Jeff Burton through on the inside. So again, now just 1 car in between myself and lap traffic, and the lead lap cars. And look at my mirror now, coming to 3 to go. Jeff Burton has now resorted to the outside of Kyle Petty, and I said, okay, I'm going to have to do the same thing to make sure we try our best to hang on to a top 10. We're going to do something we really haven't done today, and that's just going around the outside of these lap cars, which we should be able to do, and I honestly don't know why I didn't do this earlier. But as we come to 2 to go, Kevin Harvick's already down the back straightaway, going towards turn number 3, and the white flag is in the hand of the flagman, and it's about to wave as they exit turn 4, and sure enough, Harvick hangs onto the white flag, which is now in the air as we approach the final lap and clear the 45 of Kyle Petty. This move right here should solidify a top 10, as Terry Labonte for P9 right there stuck in traffic now. 1 lap to go for us as Kevin Harvick down through 3 and off turn 4. He's going to do it. Harvick's going to hang on. Kenseth got there, but not enough. Kevin Harvick wins for the 6th time in his NASCAR Winston Cup Series career, and as well for us, we'll bring it home side by side with the 5 at the line, but it's going to be P10 here from Martinsville. What a drive, what a race. That 1 caution early in the day completely changed everything for the better for us. And Harvick, Kenseth, Stewart, your top 3. 3 drivers that are in the top 3 are also in the top 3 in points. Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman both take hits in the points as well. And congratulations to the crew chief, Artel Contar of the 29 car, and the Jackman, Eli, picking up the win, as well as members in this career mode. Awesome to see them go get some wins, as we'll take a look at the point standings here from Martinsville. Oh my goodness, Matt Kenseth leads by 5 points over Tony Stewart, and only 13 over Kevin Harvick. The top 3 separated by just 13 points total. Johnson now back by 33, Ryan Newman back by 44. 4 races remain. It's still anybody's game, in my opinion, in the top 5. That does it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.